Hello, everyone. My name is Dan Toner. I'm the health insurance agent for Leaders of Tomorrow 2. I'm here to talk about the health plan that renews every September. If you are a new employee, you'll have a 1 month waiting period and then you're eligible. Our preference is to contact you and ask you to enroll prior to your effective date. This way, you have your ID number and your approval when you start. However, if you're a little late, the Horizon will accept you a few week or two after your eligibility. So for those that are hired on September 1, for example, you're eligible October 1. Great time a week or two prior to that to get going. But if we miss it, we can enroll you the first or second week of October back to October 1. So I'm sharing my screen. This is a memo. It's 27 pages. I'm going to go over the highlights. You'll get a copy of this. In order to be eligible, you have to be a W-2 employee working 25 or more hours a week, and you have to satisfy that 30-day or that 1 month waiting period. If you waive coverage today, you're not allowed to re-enroll until next September. That's the annual renewal, unless you have a qualifying event. And on the screen is an example of a qualifying event. I'm waiving today because I'm covered with a spouse. Spouse loses coverage in January. You can re-enroll that in January because you have to prove you have loss of coverage, but that's an example of a qualifying event. On the health plans, we're offering medical, dental, and vision, all from Horizon Blue Cross. Super important to know that Leaders of Tomorrow 2 pays 100% of your single rate to participate. If you want to add dependents, you can do that. And on our enrollment portal called My Benefit Link, you'll be able to see the cost to participate if you want to add dependents. You can add children up to the age of 26. For dental and vision, kids are covered to 19, full-time student to 23. Okay, but medical is 26. On the health plan, we're offering the Platinum Value. That's one of their highest plans. And one thing to note about Horizon Blue Cross, this Omnia product has 2 levels of coverage, Tier 1 and Tier 2. What that simply means is if you're going, for example, to your primary care, you pay a $10 copay to see a Tier 1 provider or a $15 copay for a Tier 2. On the Horizon Blue website, it shows you if the doctor is Tier 1 or Tier 2. Basically, you have doctor copays for primary and specialist. You pay nothing for x-ray and lab. You have medications in the form of a copay for generic and name brand. You have zero coinsurance. And what that means is for larger claims like hospitals, surgeries, and MRIs, once you meet a very small deductible on Tier 1, you then owe a copay. So for example, you have in the hospital section, it says you owe $450 per day. So you'd owe a $50 deductible first, and then $450 for every night in the hospital. But after the 5th night, you wouldn't owe any more. Your maximum out of pocket is $32.50. That means all of your copays at the doctor, pharmacy, any deductible, any copay at the hospital, it'll never be more than, $3,250 per person, or double that for a family. You will owe a higher deductible for hospital and surgery bills if you go to Tier 2 hospitals, so best to try and stay with Tier 1. You have any questions on how that works, let me know. I give you a little summary about it here on the next page. The dental plan is a PPO, but it uses the dental option plan. You'll see on Horizon's website, look for a dentist. There's a few options. Choose the DOP, dental option. It's their largest network. And on the screen, you show basically what Horizon pays. They pay 100% for preventative care, 80% for basic care, and 50% for major care. And you have a $1,500 limit. So for example, if you went for a $200 office visit, it's paid at 100% because it's usually preventative. That means you have $1,300 left to use for other services. This is an example of, I gave you some highlights here, and also a little bit more details on what's considered preventative, what's considered basic, and some information, so feel free to look at it. Vision, routine vision is not covered under medical, so you do need to enroll in a vision plan to get reimbursement for your annual checkups. And if you want lenses, contacts, frames, reimbursed hardware, you need a vision plan. So we've purchased one, and again, no cost to you as a single, and I have a little benefit summary to go over with you on a second. On Horizon Blue's website, you can make sure that when you get your member ID, after we enroll you, go right to Horizon Blue, register under the member portal, so you can download your ID card. A hard plastic comes to the office 2 weeks later, and they'll be handed to you. But you can see your card right away, and more importantly, see your benefits, download summaries, etc. This is an example of the vision. They do use the Davis Vision Network, by the way. Horizon does not have their own network of vision providers. On the Horizon website, when you click Find a Doctor Vision, it just says, hey, we're sending you to the Davis Network so you can view vision providers. You do pay a copay for your exam once a year. You pay a copay for lenses. And when you want reimbursement for frames or contacts, you have a cash reimbursement of $130 plus 20% off. So you get really basically a couple $100 worth of coverage for vision. How to enroll? We use my benefit link. That's my website to help my customers enroll. You're basically communicating with me. It's not going to any insurance company. It's just you telling us what you want. The enrollment forms are already pre-populated. So by you signing, it'll actually sign the enrollment form, which we need to upload and send to the carrier. This makes it life a lot easier than sending, private information back and forth and physical pieces of paper you have to print and sign. Everything can be done online. You're going to get an email. Check spam as well. You're going to get an email if you're a new employee, and you'll basically register, pick your password, make sure your address, social, all that information is there if you want to add dependents, and you'll proceed to step 4, and you'll see all the coverages on one page: medical, dental, and vision. For those of you that are enrolling children, there's something called the Young Grins, which is only available if you have children enrolled under your medical and they're under the age of 19. It's a separate fee to get basically really good dental for kids. If you're not enrolling dependents, then don't worry about it. So click the select and waive. Click select to start the process where you can see an enrollment or a waiver button. Enrollment shows you what the costs are, and the waiver is I don't want it, and then you'll see this blue go away and you can move on. All the boxes have to change from blue to gray, and then you can click next to go proceed to step 7 and sign. The info box, by the way, gives you more details and a benefit summary, so lots of information on here. Please make sure you finish and get to the end. Otherwise, we need your signature. Otherwise, we cannot enroll you. I've given you a bunch of information from Horizon just about their marketing, about basically what I just talked to you about, tier 1 and tier 2, and how to look up their doctors, some of the chronic care and care management programs they're doing. There's some discount programs, Horizon Online, urgent care, emergency room information, their utilization management, wellness programs, blue365.com, their BeFit. So take a look at their wellness programs. You get that when you're a Horizon subscriber. And then Horizon Blue is, everyone should get an app. This way you can see the sample. They're pulling up an ID card. Okay. This is my contact information. Obviously, I have the Horizon Blue and their customer service. That number will be on your ID card. But this is my team, Amanda, Leslie, and myself. I'm Dan Toner. And then there's just some disclaimers that you can see, sort of annual notices that we have to hand out. Okay, so welcome aboard to Leaders of Tomorrow, and feel free to call me if you have any questions. Thanks.